I think if you don't work with the Office of Fellowships, you're wasting your time. It is a free service that is offered to every single student of a team of experts that can help you win money. There's zero cons. Like, even if you think, oh, there's no fellowships in my field, I guarantee you there are. And I guarantee you the Office of Fellowships knows which ones they are. And I triple guarantee you they know how to help you write one. A fellowship is never a guarantee. You never know for sure that you're going to win, but you can give yourself a better chance. Like, I started writing my GRFP in June. I sent them different drafts and they read all of them and provided edits on every single one of them. They'll also help you with your application packet. Want to make sure that your letters of recommendation are good? You can tell your faculty members to send them to the Office of Fellowships. The Office of Fellowships will proof your recommendation letters and tell your professors, try again. That doesn't fit with what they're trying to say. I absolutely recommend that students at George Mason use the Office of Fellowships. I don't know that most people realize this. Most schools don't have an Office of Fellowships. Or if they do, it's like a web page that has a list of the biggest fellowships out there. We have access to a resource that can help us a lot. And there's been a lot of winners. I mean, they were critical. Getting a fellowship and being able to have that on your CV is really good. Like, fellowships aren't everything, to be clear. There are so many people that deserve them that don't get them. It's just the name of the game. You can write an excellent proposal and there's a lot that you can do, but when you submit it, there's just an element of luck that has to go your way. Nonetheless, it does look very good on a CV when you have it. And if you win more than one, it tells people that it wasn't a fluke the first time. It makes people sit up and look at you a little bit differently. But all of this to say that it matters what you do with it, right? So these fellowships give you freedom. They give you a higher stipend than a lot of other things do. They pay for a lot more credits, and it frees you from having to TA. So like, you have to take classes at first, obviously, but you don't have to teach. That's a lot of time that they've given you back. And they want to see what you do with that time. They want to see you publishing papers, going to conferences, doing something. Like, what is it that you did that makes you different from everybody else, right? That's why when you look at people with fellowships, you go, oh, they're just so successful and they do all these things, whatever. It's a chicken and egg problem. They had to write a good proposal to get the money, but because they got the money, they were able to do more stuff than maybe their peers were, which means they get to win more money, and that cycle just continues and continues. For me personally, it definitely helped my professional goals. I got to write a bunch of proposals, which is good practice for when you're doing the real thing. I got a job. It provided credibility to something that, even though it shouldn't have needed the credibility, still gave it to it. You learn a lot about, honestly, less about your research and more about just human nature. Because if you're just focused on writing your research, you're going to miss the big picture. You're going to miss the big picture that there's going to be a set of people reading it. You need them to be interested. You can be interested in it all you want. Of course you are. You're doing it. That's the tricky part. And that's the part that a lot of people don't learn until they're trying to write a fellowship. And they go, well, how do I make it interesting to other people? And again, that's where the Office of Fellowships comes in a really great way, because they can tell you, I mean, if you ask for tough love, they'll give it to you, right? But they can tell you, this, not interesting. Make me interested. And that's what you need. People reading them are experts, but they're not necessarily experts in your field. So I could have a black hole astronomer reading my work about planets. And that's all well and good. We're both astronomers, but I don't know anything about black holes, and they certainly don't know anything about planets, right? So you have to talk about very high level science at a level that can be understood by most people that are in your field, but you still need to have it be technical enough to show that you know what you're doing. So when you're writing a fellowship, it's really about, or any proposal, it's about walking that fine line. The Office of Fellowships does a fantastic job of telling you whether or not you're on the line. No one in that office is an expert in like astronomy, like none of them are astronomers, right? But they've seen 1.5 million of these. It's not about making sure that the person reading it knows exactly what it is you're going to do. It's about the person reading it knowing what you're trying to do. What is the goal? What is the question you are trying to answer? And do you know how you're going to answer it? So the Office of Fellowships does a great job of helping you with that. And at the same time, it forces you to know the basics of your fields, what is basic and what isn't, what is expert level and what isn't, and how to communicate your research in such a way that everyone is happy.